Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on book 72 of the Disney Dollhouse. And this is we're working more on the windows for the, I believe it's Alice in Wonderland's kitchen. We also have some other parts in here. We have what looks to be a fern for Donald Duck's room. Let me go ahead and turn these around. Another pillow. And a couple of, come on, let's see, grab tweezers, a couple of ship's wheels for on the wall. Nothing really special on either side to denote which side goes to the wall. Also in here we have the window frames. Many pieces to the window frames. The sides here, the tops, the bottoms, to make two side windows, or they're not really side windows, but they're bumped out windows. You'll see what I'm talking about when we bring the house over in a little bit. Let me see if I can get the glass out. Feels like this might be heavier. It's not that it's heavier, it's just that there's 4 of them. So there's 4 total windows that we're going to install today. I'm going to keep the ship's wheel, the pillow, and the fern in the plastic here for safekeeping until the house is actually done. Getting quite a bit done. Moving on to the, starting to finish up the first floor. And then I think we'll be going back and working on either the second floor or maybe even starting the 3rd floor. So let's get the book open. And in here it just mentions we have 2 les fenêtres, or something like that. 2 and 3 for Alice's kitchen. Donald Duck room, Donald Duck room, Donald Duck room for the various parts. And like I said, there's a ton of parts to these windows. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lay them out so that I have them exactly the way they have them, just so that it makes it easier. We'll put these down here. These look to be all the same, which makes it a lot easier when you're building the windows. The tops are the same, the tops and bottoms are the same, and each of the windows itself. So we'll turn the page and go ahead and get busy building. So what they want us to do is take one of these, take one of the frame pieces here, and I'm going to lay all 4 of them out like this. I think I'm going to try and build all 4 at the same time, because they show you how to build one and then they tell you that you have to do all 4 of them. The first thing I'm going to do is get this plastic coating off of the windows. There we go. Started peeling. I'm going to go ahead and lay this one down in here, and I'm going to strip one side off on all 4 of them, and then we'll do the other side before we put the windows actually together. I like the fact that they did this, because a lot of times when you've got clear pieces like this, you end up with rub marks on them that you can't get rid of because there's no plastic coating, because they rubbed against other parts. The fact that they have these plastic coated on both sides is really awesome for keeping the windows from getting smudged. Or maybe not smudged, but damaged, getting the rub marks on that you cannot get off. I don't think even using Future on them would get those rub marks off. So there's the 4 of them like that. Let me go ahead and get rid of these. Set this over here, or not over here, but throw it in the garbage. So now I'm going to one by one take these back out and get the other side, the plastic off the other side. Once it lets loose, it looks like I may have pulled the easy side first, because there's usually, and I've mentioned this before, there's usually a easier side to pull off and a side that does not want to let go. And yes, this is the side that does not want to let go. I think I got a little bit of plastic left on there right there. Come on, there we go. We'll drop that back into the frame. And I'll go ahead and finish this one up right now. So on here, on this part, we have 4 pins that match up with the 4 sockets on this side. So let me get the glue out. Be very sparing with your glue, because you don't want the glue to fog the window. So we're going to put a drop of glue on each one of these dots, just like that. Then carefully put these into the window, pushing them down into place, making sure that they go all the way in. And there you have the first window. Pretty clean, little bit of dust on it maybe. Don't know if you hear that. Airplanes flying by. I live close to an Air Force base. It's not really flying by, but it's a few miles away probably. We're not in what I think they called, when I lived at when I was at Luke Air Force Base in Phoenix, we're not in what I believe was called the Superfund. But we're close enough that we can hear them as they land, if a fighter is landing, because fighters are really, really loud. No, about 6 miles away from the base. So there's the second window. We'll do the same with this. Put a drop of glue in each corner, and maybe one on my finger for good measure. Key thing is, we do not want to get it all over the place and have it interacting with things we don't want it to interact with. So there's the second window going together. We'll push these down in there. Set this off to the side here. Go ahead and get started on the third window. Sometimes my words fail me. That's what was going on there. In case you're wondering, no, I don't smell burnt toast. That is a running joke we have on Hobby Time Modelers, because many of us are not, I wouldn't say we're old. Some people would, but wouldn't say we're old, but we are all, for the most part, older. Most of us are in our late 40s, early 50s, a couple of us in our 60s. And then there's a couple that are in their 20s. But our policy is, we don't have anybody in their teens that we know of, because we don't allow anybody who is not an adult to join, because like I said, we're a bunch of crotchety old men. We say things that might bother some parents out there, which is why all of our streams and at least all of my videos are marked not for children. There's window number 3, and we'll work on window number 4. Could have paused the camera and done 3 of these off camera, but that's not what I do. Somebody might suggest that I edit it down to just doing one window, but that's also not what I do. If you're watching and you've watched any of my videos, you realize I do what I do, and I enjoy it, and I hope you do too. Okay, so here's the last window going together. Put the glue on the corner dots. There's 2, 3, and 4. There we have all 4 of the windows. I'm going to try and get all 4 of them on my palm. Might not be big enough. But you can see the difference. This one and this one have the frame so you can see where the 2 parts go together. This one and this one show what you're going to see from the outside of the house, because these are what you're supposed to do is present this face to the outside of the house. So now that that's done, next thing we're going to do, we're not going to use these. Started to grab wrong one. We're going to grab 2 of each of these pieces, and there are pins on all the pieces. There's one here and here and one here. When we build this, we're going to build it with those pins facing up. So, and that's so that the holes in this part of the frame will match up to those pins. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, just like that. I'm going to put this piece on, push it together. It is pretty much squares itself up really quickly. So I'll do the same on this piece here. A little bit of glue around that tab there. Then I'll push this in. Come on. I'm just double checking. So this is going to go in from the inside of the house, I believe. No, this goes in from the outside of the house. Very important to keep that in mind when you're doing this, because like I said, you want this face to be facing the outside. So we're going to put this window in here, and it is a little bit off, but you see it'll push together really quick and easy. And so we'll put glue into the slot that tab goes into on this piece. That's right, because we put this on, and I'll show you there are tabs on the outsides of these pieces, which is where the external window frame is going to go. Glued myself to it. Awesome. So there's the window. There's the external tabs. The window will, unless I got glue on it, will move. It doesn't move. It's not moving much, but it's a normal double hung window. A lot of times you don't move the top window. So we're going to do the exact same thing second time. Get a little bit more glue in here. And I leave the bottle open like that because it lets the glue drain out of the tip, making it a whole lot, making it go back together, or making it easier to open it and keep it working for the next time. I let it drain like that. Once it's drained, I'll put the top on, and it won't leave much residue up in the very top. It helps a lot with that. I've had a lot of glue bottles that I've had to get rid of the glue. Okay, that's my problem there. Doesn't need to be in the top. Had to get rid of the glue because the tip was clogged. Okay, so we'll slide this down inside of here, just like that. Come on, slide inside, not spreading it out all over the place. And we'll put glue on these two tabs. I realized the error of my ways. I'll show you in a second once I get the glue on here. On this one, come on, I was putting it on the outside edge here, which doesn't work. You end up with the glue just hanging out there to get all over your finger. Okay, so that's the second window. These two pieces are going to go on top from the outside, and these windows are going to go in at the same time. But before I can do that, I need to bring the house over. So let me close the glue, and I'll pause the camera while I rearrange things and bring it over the house. Probably switch cameras just so that you can see everything that's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, I have brought the house over, and as you can see, you can't see down through here, and you wouldn't be able to see anyway because of the floor from the first floor. So what I've done is I've positioned one of my cameras here, and just for fun, to shed a little bit of light on the subject, I decided I would use the light that's inside the house. So let me pull these parts out of the way. And what we're going to do, and I'm only going to do one of these because this window here is just really going to be out of where you can really see. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop this window in here like this. So you can see it fits in there. And then I'm going to put glue in the dots here. We'll slide, well, before we do that, we'll slide this window in here like that, and then I'll put the glue into the corner holes. Let me double check. I want to make sure what the book says. I'm going to put the glue where it needs to be. Oh, they say to put it on the window itself. That's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'll try. They say to put it on these 4 pins, but from where I'm at, that's a little bit tricky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back out. No, I'm not. I don't think that's the way I did it on the other one, and that window fell out. The key thing you're trying to do is avoid getting glue onto the windows to where you can't move them. So I'm off camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on here. I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to shut down the camera. I'm going to put glue on there, put that in place, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'll probably find a way to show this window as well. I'll be right back after that is done. Okay, got them in there. This one's open right now. Top one does not open very well. You can force it, but it's easier to open the bottom one. That's what they're designed for. Same with the outside window here. I actually had this open before so I could move, or so I could pinch the edges here. Did the same thing with these. Make sure. I'm just making sure this one's in place. This one's good and in place. And you can see I don't know if you can see it a little bit. It does shift a little bit because it's not glued to the wall. It's glued to the window frame. But that is all there is to do. Let me turn this off, save the batteries. That is all there is to do in stage 72 of the Disney Dollhouse. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this. Figured I would leave it on the kitchen, or I can actually come a little bit further out and give you a shot of the face of the dollhouse. There we go. But working doors, love that. It's a great build. I'm enjoying it a lot. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.